And welcome back to Calvary after a 1 hour lightning delay. There was a little bit of rain. We had to end the broadcast, but we were told that they are going to attempt to play this game tonight. They do not want to play this game tomorrow morning. So we don't know exactly when they're going to start this game. They took the tarp off the field, and the players are getting ready. The forecast is actually pushed out of the area. We are in the bottom of the sixth inning. Calvary does lead 8-4. Richard Holdridge and Paxton Holloway.
Yeah.
Man, I can't believe I forgot your last name. It's been a long night.
Yeah.
But we're toughening it out. We're burning the midnight oil. We're going to finish this game. And we are actually broadcasting a game to an empty, cleared out baseball stadium. This kind of feels like 2020.
Yeah, it does. It's kind of surreal to see because
this place was rocking. It had
packed.
fans. It was packed. And then they had cleared out. But we're hoping that you're able to watch us on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, burning the midnight oil and finishing up this game.
I know we were talking about it before we got the broadcast back going, but we're both really
we were
excited
debating.
to see.
We're excited to see the conclusion of this game,
Oh, yeah.
however long it takes. But after talking to Coach Rasmus and with Coach Smith, they want to play this game. In fact, concessions, they were open, and we were able to get something to eat. And we got to give credit to the fans who toughed it out to stay for this game. That's not easy to do, especially when we were looking at the rain forecast. For about a minute, it started getting medium. The rain was not necessarily heavy, but medium enough to where I had to cover the equipment, and then all of a sudden, I had to end the broadcast. There was no way. So, but we are in the bottom of the sixth inning. Calvary's got one out. I don't know if they got a runner on base. I don't think. I didn't have them as a runner on base. I got to a point where I don't even know who was up to bat.
I believe it was Nate Osborne.
Nate Osborne was up to bat? Yeah,
I think.
that's what I'm thinking. Hey, but while we were in this 1 hour rain delay, we were able to take a look at some of the other things going around in the world of sports. Lakers and Timberwolves are playing right now in the NBA playoffs, and Lakers are leading 47-45 in the second quarter. Magic defeat the Boston Celtics 95-93. Even though I said that the Celtics are going to win the championship, and the Bucks, they trailed 2-1. They defeated the Pacers 117-101. I figured that they were going to win in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
But I'm intrigued about that Lakers-Timberwolves matchup.
It'll be an interesting one. Luka Doncic caught fire late, playing like Luka does. And
Luka being Luka.
you know how it is, Luka Magic. There's a reason they came up with that.
Yeah, no question.
Both teams right now are taking the field, starting to warm up a little bit. So,
And the
positive signs. Everything's looking upward.
And we got the third round of the NFL draft, and the Seattle Seahawks have taken Jalen Milroe, which means Shadur Sanders is still not drafted. Unbelievable. Completely shocked, really. You think about it. You got to give credit to the PA announcer. Toughing it out, this hour lightning delay, playing all the hits. I mean, he was playing Rush, one of the greatest Canadian rock bands of all time. He was playing the Eagles.
Yep.
He was playing Queen. Over at, that song where Freddie Mercury goes, "I'm at the speed of light. I'm almost reaching Fahrenheit."
Don't stop me now.
Don't stop me now, yes. Now he's playing Sunflower off the Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse. One of the most underrated Marvel cartoons. I actually loved it. With the different Spider-Men, Miles Morales and the Spider-Pig and Spider-Woman and Peter Parker.
Had a heck of a soundtrack on it, too.
It's a good soundtrack. This is a good song. Man, it's bringing me back to, I used to be a rock DJ in college. some people say, well, you're just a sports guy. And I'm like, I love sports. Don't get me wrong. But I also love Marvel movies. I love Star Wars. I love any type of music. I'm into pop culture. But yeah, love sports. We love sports so much, we want to finish this broadcast. I'll tell you, it was a little over an hour lightning delay. And really, it's, this game stopped about 9:20-ish?
About that, yeah.
And then we're almost at the 11 o'clock mark. Would have loved to have keep the broadcast going. It probably would have been the longest broadcast in the history of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Yeah, what a night. They are warming up on the field. Paxton, how does this long delay affect the play on the field by both teams?
I mean, you had Pacelli starting to rally, just coming off of that 3-run inning in the 5th there. And, it's really – teams are going to start cooling down. They got to try to get back in the groove of things. The pitchers, it's going to be really interesting to see how they perform with this big delay. They haven't thrown a ball in over an hour. And so facing these batters, the pitching duel it's going to be something to watch here. But I am very excited to see the conclusion to this matchup because it has been very entertaining. The fans have been very entertaining here, and yeah, I'm pumped.
Yeah, one of the most famous rain delays ever was in Game 7 of the 2016 World Series between the Chicago Cubs and the Cleveland Indians. And Jason Hayward, I don't know what he said to the team, but that epic speech, and the Cubs ended up going back and winning the World Series for the first time since 1908. I don't know if Pacelli's got something under their sleeve, like a motivational speech to try to rally the troops in this more than an hour long lightning/rain delay. But we will be playing some baseball because nobody wants to get up tomorrow morning and finish this game. And then, this PA announcer, he's got so much variety. He's playing SZA now. Oh, man, I tell you, with Kendrick Lamar off the Black Panther soundtrack. I tell you, and the fans, you see Justin and Jacob Velos' dad, and he's toughing it out. And, he's been through long baseball games. He sits at, he always goes to Jacob's games at CVCC, and those are long games because those are double headers. So they start at 2, and sometimes they don't end till like 7. But, yeah, it's been a long day. But the fans that are here, we are excited. We are going to continue this. I think Brady Reed was still on the mound for Calvary.
He was. I think it was Nathan Boatner still on the mound.
Boatner, do you go with those pitchers? Does Boatner come out and pitch? His arm a little rested, but has he been throwing some pitches to try to get his arm ready to go?
I mean, I'll tell you what, for him to go out and put up a couple zeros on the board for Calvary, stop that streak of them scoring each inning, I would keep him out there right now.
Boatner has not given up a run against Calvary. It was Velos who got taken out, and Boatner, I think he got taken out in the 2nd, I believe. Boatner has actually held Calvary to just the 2 innings where they did not score a run, because it looked like the way that Calvary was putting up runs, 4 in the 1st, 3 in the 2nd, they put up 1 in the 3rd. I thought that they were going to win by the 10-run rule.
I did too.
Yeah, and then they put up 3 in the 5th. And, it really, the rally started with Connor Zitrauer for getting that solo shot.
Yep.
But then all of a sudden, the bats, just with Braden Hudson and the bats coming to Austin Danielson, they had, the bats just came alive. Connor Zitrauer had 2 runs scored. It was really Braden Hudson's big hit that got them back in this game. And that's where we are, 8-4. Calvary leading Pacelli. But, we will have baseball here in just a moment. We are going to go ahead and take a break, but before we do, we want to thank our sponsors. Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Gordy Eye Care, Kinetic Credit Union, Masterwall Incorporated, and Buffalo Rock Pepsi. Stay tuned. We'll have the conclusion of this game after a 1-hour rain delay. We'll be back on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Welcome back here to Calvary. We are just minutes away from the to resume this more than 1 hour rain. We're going on almost 2 hours of a rain delay. This kind of reminds me of that 3-hour rain delay back in the 2021 season, the SPL championship between the Columbus Chattahoots and the Alpharetta Aviators. I know that Zach DeBozart was on the call for that, where we were at that game. It was a monsoon. It poured down. We ran, me and my family ran to the car, was listening to the rain delay show on the radio. I didn't realize they finished the game. They finished the game 3 hours later. It got done maybe at 2 in the morning. But rain delays are part of baseball. And one thing about rain delays, Paxton, you got to find time to put some filler in between the rain delays.
Oh yeah.
You know, talk about other stuff, other scores. By the way, there will be a game 3 tomorrow between Sonoraville and Columbus. Sonoraville did take game 2 today, so they will play at Randy Jordan Field, 11 o'clock. And that game's going to be on the NFHS network, so if you want to check it out. Don't forget, we got the Hardaway Block Party celebrating the Lady Hawks Basketball Championship. That's going to be at Hardaway High School from 12 to 2. They are raising money to purchase their championship rings. So hopefully they'll be able to raise the money. As we saw how nice those championship rings were for Carver and their football team. By the way, fun fact, you know that Michael Williams is the first player from the city of Columbus to be drafted in the first round since Jarvis Jones was selected by the Pittsburgh Steelers back in 2012. So that fun fact is brought to you by Richard Holdridge, who has a bunch of fun facts all the time. Random facts. No, but Jarvis was a great player. I remember he was a terror for Georgia. And that 2012 team, I know you're an Alabama fan, but look, A.J. McCarron past Omari Cooper I didn't realize he was capable of doing that.
Yep. And
he did. He made an NFL throw, which is the reason why A.J. McCarron's got an NFL career. It was that throw to Omari Cooper and by the way, we do have a new pitcher on the mound for Pacelli, as Calvary will bat in the bottom of the 6th. Nate Osborne, who was up to the plate when the umpires called the lightning delay. I'm going to have to go back and watch the broadcast to see exactly how we ended the broadcast, because we saw the lightning and I think I made a comment, oh boy. But did not think that we were. Yeah, there you go. PA announcer is toughing it out just like we are. Yeah, Billy Smith is going to be the pitcher for Pacelli, getting ready to face Nate Osborne.
And we got a little bit of a crowd down here.
Well, they were in their cars, just waiting, and they all the student section cleared out, but some of the parents. Some of the fans, they were in their cars when the rain came, and they came back out. And so we have a decent crowd. Remember, it's 11 o'clock at night. I mean, hopefully we can get this game in before midnight. It's a Friday night. There's no school tomorrow. Some people got early starts because they got soccer games, but I know that you got an early start yourself.
Yes, sir.
All right, Billy Smith on the mound for Pacelli.
And it is Nate Osborne that's going to be up for Calvary.
Yeah, no question about that. Yeah. Well, the 2-hour rain delay is over. We're ready to play some baseball. Billy Smith comes in with a 4.76 earned run average, 3-2. His 9th appearance on the season.
And the Calvary dugout, that hour didn't drain, almost 2 hours didn't drain any of their energy there.
Yeah, they're trying to get the jitters back, trying to get the energy back.
Yep.
Well, Nate Osborne's going to have a fresh count here facing Billy Smith. Pacelli will bat in the top of the 7th, unless Calvary can walk it off here in the 6th. There's the pitch to Osborne. Swing and a miss. And one thing is, you have a 2-hour rain delay. How are you going to respond after sitting around for 2 hours? Like, who can make a play? Or are they still trying to get into a rhythm here?
That's the big question there, Richard, that only time's going to really tell. You know, this next real inning and a half maybe, this is going to tell us a lot about these two teams and their resilience to get past these type of things. Right now, though, Osborne is at a 1-1 count.
And the pitch, that's back to the screen, and a little flinch by myself, even though there's still a protective net. You know, what's shocking about, you know, what's more shocking about this 2-hour rain delay is the fact that Shadur Sanders has not been drafted yet. Like,
yeah, the fact that Jalen Milroe and Dylan Gabriel went ahead.
That is unbelievable.
It really is.
Yeah, we'll try to give draft updates. Lakers playing the T-Wolves. We'll give updates on that. 1-2. And it's outside, and it's 2-2. I know that over in Phoenix City, I think play might have resumed for Glenwood and Thomasville. They're in game 2. You can catch that game on the NFHS network. Smith, the 2-2. High ball 3. Definitely don't want to walk Osborne here. You want to try to just get through this inning. You're down 8-4. This is one of those situations where Pacelli, this game's in reach.
Here's that payoff pitch.
Swing and a miss. Got him. Strike 3 for the 2nd out. What a pitch there by Billy Smith. Now Liam Hokut. He's had a pretty good day at the plate. Got a couple of RBIs.
It's on him now, though, to get something started in this bottom inning here for the Knights. Billy Smith, though, just looking to get through this bottom of the 6th, scoreless.
Smith, the wind, the deliver to Holcott. Oh, got close to hitting him. He ducks out of the way. It's 1-0. Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Like the Facebook page. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Live here at Calvary Christian. The 1-0, fouled back, and whew, that kid seriously thought that ball was going to hit him. It's 1-1. I've never seen anybody flinch like that. We appreciate everybody joining the broadcast back after a 2-hour rain delay. Here's the 1-1. That's low, ball 2. Smith, the 2-1. That's high, low, and outside, ball 3.
Hokut just trying to get on base here. Really, anything for Calvary, I mean, it'll do for them. They'll be happy with it.
Smith, the 3-1. And that's foul back to the screen, and it runs the count full.
Well, that swing, though, it didn't look like Liam was wanting to take a walk. It looks like he's wanting to lose one over the back fence back there.
Yeah, no question.
Now the dugout's over there quoting SpongeBob with the victory screech. Here's that payoff pitch by Smith.
And the pitch inside, ball 4. So a 2-out walk issued to Liam Hokut. And I believe we got a pinch hitter coming up for Calvary.
That's going to be William Hilton, I believe. William Hilton.
William Hilton.
Courtesy running for the Knights, number 1, DJ Lewis.
DJ Lewis is the pinch runner.
William Hilton is the batter.
William Smith going to work from the stretch. This was 8-1, and Pacelli ended up putting 3 runs up in the 5th just to make it a ball game. 8-4, and then the bottom of the 6th inning happened. And we had a brief disruption in weather, but we're back at it. That's in there for a strike.
Just a hard fastball right there on the outside corner by Smith on the mound.
Smith from the stretch. And the 0-1 fouled away. And now Smith is ahead in the count, 0-2.
He's really challenging Hilton here. 2 fastballs in a row right there. Let's see if he'll make it 3. Hilton is down 0-2 in the count.
Calvary Christian 14-12 on the season, 7-4 in the region. In second place, Brookstone clinched after Pacelli beat Calvary last night. The 0-2. That's away. There's the throw down, and that is going to be a stolen base. Good job there by the pinch runner.
It's DJ.
DJ. Yeah, I wonder what number he's wearing. DJ, he looks like he's wearing number 1, but Trip Ellison wears number 1.
Right there, number 26, DJ Lewis.
DJ Lewis, yes, the freshman.
What a take by Hilton. I thought for sure that was strike 3 there.
Yeah, that makes it 2-2. Deuces are wild. Smith. Lewis at second. He's got a big lead at second. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's low in the dirt, and it runs the count full.
And one thing that I've seen tonight, Richard, that Calvary's done very well is run up a count down, 0-2, 0-1 real early, get it to full at 3-2, and more oftentimes than not, they've paid that off in this game. Let's see if Hilton can keep that trend going.
Here's the payoff pitch. Foul back.
Giving the PA announcers a little bit of a scare there. Almost got it up there.
I'll tell you, that PA announcer has been the hardest working guy. He's been here since maybe 5 this afternoon, burning the midnight oil with us here at Calvary. Smith, payoff pitch, fouled away. So Hilton
staying alive here.
Hilton on the season, he's played in 6 games. He's got 4 plate appearances and only 2 at-bats with 1 RBI. Doesn't get a whole lot of playing time, but Coach Smith just getting some of the younger guys some at-bats, especially since it's like playing a brand new game. These players are inserted into the lineup.
And we saw Mason Bishop earlier get his first hit on the season, the senior.
I know. That's going to be outside, ball 4. This is going to be problems for Pacelli. You got 2 outs. You want to try to get out of this inning, get to the 7th. You keep Calvary sticking around.
This is Fitz Stone coming up for Calvary, the freshman.
Remember, the 10-run rule is in effect. Highly unlikely Calvary puts up 6 runs in this inning because there is 2 outs. But I know when you were up 8-1, Calvary had that in the back of their mind. Pacelli just making things interesting. There's Wilkinson is the pinch runner. And we got another pinch hitter coming up, and that is, well, no, Fitz Stone, he's been in the lineup. Fitz Stone is taking a couple of practice swings. Fitz Stone is only a freshman, too, so. Yeah. Got a mixture of senior leaders, and you got some young players, like some freshmen and sophomores. Smith from the stretch. The pitch to Stone, and that
That one
is
is gonna
lined
get
into
through.
right, a base hit. Stone or Liss scores.
Another one coming
And
around.
here we go. Here's a throw to the plate. And he's safe. Calvary just scored 2 more runs.
Braxton Wilkinson and DJ Lewis score off that ground ball double there from Fitz Stone. Counted as a single, but he did get.
He does advance to second. But how about Fitz Stone getting 2 RBIs on that single?
I mean, that's huge because now that 10-run rule, they're at the top of the lineup here with Cam Houston. They've got them a shot here.
They got a shot to walk it off.
We know what Calvary has done in this series alone with 2 outs. Even in this game with 2 outs, they have been putting up numbers. So, you know, that's still definitely hot, fresh in their mind to try to go ahead and end this game. Don't even have a 7th inning. Let's go ahead and go home is what they're thinking.
Well, Cam Houston, the leadoff hitter, facing William Smith. Stone over at second. Houston with a big swing and a miss. It's 0-1. We want to thank everybody that has stuck around. I know that the broadcast ended. We had a lightning delay and a 2-hour weather delay. We started the broadcast back up. So we appreciate you joining us back online. It's low and away for a ball, 1-1.
Cam Houston has had a very good night tonight at the plate.
Smith, he's got a 1-1 count to Houston. Fires the next pitch and a big swing and a miss. It's 1-2. You can tell Houston is up there trying to get contact and a big hit.
Trying to put one in one of these gaps. Looks like he might be trying to put one out there in right center. A lot of grass out there.
And he's got opposite field power too. Smith, the 1-2 to Houston. Outside, ball 2.
2-2 count. 2 outs. Number 22 at the plate. We got 2s across the board.
Yeah, 2s across the board. Here's the pitch. Oh, that hit the bat. And that's going to be foul. Yes, the deuces are wild. 2-2-2. And Cam Houston is wearing 22. That was a good observation, Paxton. All right, here we go. Bottom of the 6th. Smith delivers. And it's off the end of the bat. That's going to be into right field, a base hit. As we got a run scores at Stone, and it's now 11-4.
And that was almost identical to what Fitz Stone just did a second ago when he had those 2 RBIs.
And look at where he hit that on the end of the bat, like he had a torpedo bat.
Yep.
I mean, that was the perfect placement of the ball into right field. And Houston is aboard. It is 11-4. Trip Ellison, the batter. Calvary is thinking now they can walk it off here. You got the top of the lineup, which they know how to get 2-out rallies. Runner goes. It's low. And that's going to be an easy stolen base for Cam Houston.
And is it any surprise with how this game has gone that Houston steals another base?
Yeah. The thing about Cam Houston, he is an athlete. He's got tremendous speed on the base paths. That is something that Cam Houston does. I'm actually looking at the stolen base leaders. Braxton Wilkinson actually leads the team with 13 stolen bases. Cam Houston, he's got a couple in this game. He's at 12 or 13 because, you know, those are your base stealers. Then you got Tommy Irving with 9. I mean, they got quite a ways away to catch Christian Ellaby from Hardaway.
Yeah,
he's got at least 40 stolen bases on here.
That one is foul tip behind the plate there for Ellison. Brings it to a 2-1 count.
Somebody mentioned that Hardaway actually has the nation record for most stolen bases. Like no other high school team in the nation has as many stolen bases as Hardaway. And that's a pretty impressive record. I'll have to look that one up. Here's a 2-1. That's
that was
roped
deep.
to right. That's deep. That's going to be at the fence. Houston scores. There's the throw. Safe. Trip Ellison with a double. And it's now 12-4.
I pointed it out earlier when Bryson Brooks did it, but Ellison out there hits the Crimson Crane celebration. I'm loving seeing that.
I know you love that because you're an Alabama fan.
Oh, yeah.
Coach Rasmus is going to have a talk with his pitcher. Does Calvary, with the big bats coming up, you got Bryson Brooks, Jackson Kennedy, got a runner at second. It's 12-4. Does Calvary try to walk it off here?
With how Bryson Brooks has been swinging the bat and trying to get that Oppo Taco home run to right field.
And he's got the team lead in home runs. He's got 3.
He does. I think it's really setting up here for him to maybe catch one, but it's really just going to tell.
Oh, man, I can't think of a more appropriate song. The PA announcer is playing Under Pressure by Queen, which was also the beat to Ice Ice Baby. Not really. I think Vanilla Ice had to pay royalties for that one.
For the Knights, number 3, Bryson Brooks.
I think that Shook Knight was actually dangling him by his feet on a balcony. But here comes Bryson Brooks.
He does have the speedy Ellison on second.
Yeah, and Brooks can end this game with one swing of the bat. Smith still in there, and the first pitch to Brooks is a changeup that's high and above the letters for ball 1. This game is brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Gordy Eye Care, Kinetic Credit Union, Buffalo Rock Pepsi, and Masterwall Incorporated. Here's the 1-0 to Brooks, and he fouls that one off. It is 1-1. So, Paxton, you graduated from Calvary, what, in 2023?
Yes, sir.
So you witnessed those 6 straight GAPS championships. I mean, you were around the program even after you graduated. So, how impressed are you that Calvary Christian's not skipping a beat in the GIAA? They're picking up where they left off in the GAPS.
I mean, it seems that no matter where Calvary's playing, they're going to find a way to ultimately try to get there into the championship and keep that streak alive. Of course, they do. It's not, technically a state championship in 2020, but they do count it because they had barely lost anything that year. I mean, the Calvary baseball program under Steve Smith has just been on the rise, and it has not stopped.
Yeah, no question.
And this new move to GIAA, and it's been a work in progress for a couple years. They've been trying to move, and really this year they've got something to prove. They've got a chip on their shoulder, and they're out here trying their best to prove it.
Yeah, Bryson Brooks issues a 2-out walk. And now
that's going to bring up Tommy Irving, I believe.
There's Tommy.
Jackson Kennedy. Excuse me.
Jackson Kennedy hit a 3-run homer against Lakeside in the opener. Maybe he can do that here and send everybody home. All right, we got a little bit of a break. We'll step aside here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. He's still in the bottom of the 6th. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back here to Calvary.
Knights, number 2, Jackson.
The new pitcher on the mound for Pacelli is Hunter Hill. Jackson Kennedy going to step up to the plate for Calvary. So Hunter Hall, 9th appearance, 480 earned run average. He's got 1 save. And he's going to throw back over to second.
He does have Ellison and Brooks on first and second.
Yeah, Pacelli wants to try to get out of this inning. Calvary trying to walk it off. They don't want to have to go to the top of the 7th. But Pacelli's still in it. And that's a little chopper. Is that a fair ball? Yes, it is. They tag the bag. Zitrauer gets the out. And Pacelli will bat in the top of the 7th. But they got a lot of work to do. They're now down 12-4. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hi, my name is Griff Gordy, and here at Gordy Eye Care, we have been serving the Bi-City community for 17 years. As a former state championship quarterback, I love the fact that I can watch local high school athletics from the comfort of my own home. So it was a no-brainer to support Georgia Alabama Sports Live and what they do for young athletes in our area.
And without business like yourself, Gordy Eye Care, none of our coverage would be possible. To be able to cover the 16 different high schools, the local colleges, and professional teams. So we'd like to say thank you to you, Dr. Griff Gordy, and Gordy Eye Care for your support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And you can make an appointment today at Gordy Eye Care with the number 334-291-5125. Keep supporting Gordy Eye Care and keep watching Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Top of the 7th inning, and Fitzstone is the new pitcher for Calvary. Paxton, you had a chance to see Fitz last week against Brookstone.
I did, and man, this freshman here, he really impressed me with his outing at the mound. You know, Calvary kind of started off a little bit rough in that Brookstone game, but Stone came in and just pitched a wonderful display. And yeah, he's going to definitely look to close them out here and get Calvary out of here with a 12-4 dub. But Pacelli, they definitely have other plans, so we'll see what happens here. But we did make it to the 7th inning. So
yeah, it's been a very interesting night. Calvary had an 8-1 lead. Thought that they were gonna win it in the 10-run rule in the 5th, but Pacelli had other plans. They put up 3 in that 5th inning. And then in the bottom of the 6th, Mother Nature decided to take over. We had a lightning delay. It was at first a 30-minute lightning delay. Got a little bit of rain in the forecast. Had to end the broadcast because it started raining on the equipment. But the rain went away. And they did put the tarp on the field. But we had approximately a 2-hour lightning/rain delay. But you got to give credit to the fans who stuck it out. And everybody watching us on Georgia Alabama Sports Live as Levi Thompson going to lead things off for Pacelli here in the top of the 7th. Thompson takes ball 1.
And you know, this ball game's had a little bit of everything from air horns and people getting kicked out.
Ain't nobody's got air horns anymore. They're all either ran out of juice or they're gone. That's high and above the letters for ball 2. Fitzstone, like you mentioned, he's a freshman. 11th appearance on the season. He does have a save. A 4.57 earned run average with a 4-1 record. So pretty impressive. It's a high drive. That's going deep. Is that going to be fair or is that foul? Umpire calls it foul. Surprised Levi Thompson didn't do interchannel Carlton Fisk. And I mentioned that at CVCC yesterday. A lot of people don't get that reference. Carlton Fisk was a catcher for the Boston Red Sox, the 1975 World Series. He willed a ball to stay fair. He kept moving his arms to make sure the ball goes fair down the pesky pole at Fenway. Of all people that would appreciate that, definitely Coach Steve Smith, who's a lifelong Red Sox fan.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about that.
Loves the Boston Red Sox.
How about that great pitch by Stone there on the outside corner?
Yeah.
There's going to be a full count now, though, with that breaking ball in the dirt.
Full count to Levi. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Stone delivers. The payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. Pacelli's got sign of life here. They are capable of getting a big rally. There's Braden Hudson coming up. He had that big hit last time he was up that drove in a couple of runs. They put up that 3 spot in the 5th. Stone from the stretch. First pitch to Hudson is outside for a ball. Well, it was interesting when it was 8-4, but Calvary put up 4 runs in the 6th. So Pacelli's got some work to do if they want to make a comeback. It's been a fantastic series by both teams. Here's the 1-0. High for a ball. It's 2-0. Pacelli getting the big win yesterday at Diamond Field, 9-7. Pacelli was winning the game on Tuesday, 3-1 going into the 7th. There's the 2-0. Just missed. It's ball 3. So it's now a 3-0 count.
Charlie dugout begging for a ball 4 here.
There we go. And that's in there for strike 1. Well, the NFL draft for the first 3 rounds is officially in the books. And Shadur Sanders, if he does get selected, he will be at least a 4th rounder. He did not get selected. Here's the 3-1. High drive, foul. And that's bouncing in the streets. It's a 3-2 count to Braden Hudson. Stone working from the stretch. The payoff pitch coming. Got him swinging, strike 3. And Pacelli's down to their last 2 outs. How fun are the GIAA playoffs going to be? Pacelli right now a 10 seed. Calvary would be a 5 seed. There's a lot of movers and shakers. I mean, Pacelli's getting ready for a 3-game series with Strong Rock, who's right now would be the 11th seed. Brookstone is the 2 seed. I tell you, that's going to be fun starting May the 9th. And that is in there for a strike to Dustin Sherman.
He does have a man on first here.
Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Fitzstone trying to close this game out. As play resumed after a 2-hour rain delay. Actually, it was more of a lightning delay. We had maybe a minute of rain. Here's the 0-2 to Sherman. That's lined in the gap. And that's going to be a base hit. Here's a throw, and that will not be in time, and it's actually bobbled by Cam Houston, and we got 2 runners aboard here with 1 out. It was a hit in the outfield, but it was hit hard enough where Trip Ellison thought he could have a play at second base.
Sherman, though, just put that one on the line, put it in a great spot.
That was a solid hit by Dustin Sherman.
And at least for right now, that gives Pacelli some more life.
Now, Austin Dannison, I tell you, I don't see the Pacelli bench players with rally caps on, but they are rallying here with one out. You don't remember, you play baseball, you remember the rally cap. You turn your baseball cap inside out and you kind of wear it sideways. Or
Yep. Some people might have their gloves on their heads.
gloves on the head, that was also popular. 1-0, and that's in the dirt. And then the Anaheim Angels in 2002 had something called the Rally Monkey, which me as a Giants fan, I couldn't stand the Rally Monkey. Giants were 5 outs away from winning the World Series, and they blew it. I think Troy Gloss, who also he played for the Braves after his career with the Angels, that was a big-time player in that 2002 World Series. Here's the 2-0 to Danielson, and that is in the dirt, ball 3. So Fitzstone, a little bit of trouble here. You don't want to load the bases. Pacelli could really make it interesting. Here in the 7th. I think somebody in the Pacelli bench wants to go to Wendy's. There's a 3-0 right down the middle.
Yeah, I think they're out there asking for a 4-for-4. Asking for that ball 4.
Well, and also I think that Wendy's is still open on a Friday night, so I think that you might see a bunch of Pacelli players at a Wendy's near you. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Fitzstone, and the pitch. That is outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
That's going to bring up Alex Aponte, the DH.
And Coach Smith wants to have a talk with his pitcher. This has been a long night, but we have been able to embrace this. And I know that both teams, they want to try to get out of here with a win. And is Stone going to stay in, or would? I think it might be. Yeah, Fitzstone is.
Number 13, Alex.
Fitzstone's going to stay in the game, and that's a good sign. You know, just staying with your young pitcher. Let him try to finish this game.
He does have 1 out on the board. Aponte, though, with loaded bases.
That's in there for a strike. And Calvary would love to get a double play ball here. But there will be a force at any base. Fitzstone is hoping for a ground ball. Stone from the full windup, the 0-1, and that's a curveball that's inside, and it's 1-1. We are approximately 14 minutes from midnight. We have a Saturday morning edition of baseball on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Well, hopefully this game will finish before it hits midnight. Here's the
Great stop back there.
yeah, good stop. It's
Kennedy.
2-1. Jackson Kidd, he's a good catcher that can hit for power. I mean, that college scouts love seeing that at the level. That's why Mike Piazza, he was an outfielder. He was drafted in the 90th round. He converted to catcher, and that's why he had such a great career. You got a catcher who can hit for power. I mean, that's exactly what you want to see at the next level. And it's a 3-1 count to Alex Aponte. Fitzstone delivers. Here's the 3-1, and that is outside, ball 4, and a run will score. Aponte will get credit for an RBI. It's now 12-5. And now the number 9 hitter, Merrick Miller. And Paxton, you got the top of the order coming up for Pacelli.
I mean, Velos, Carino, and Zitrauer, all 3 have just been on fire tonight.
I mean, if Pacelli can get Zitrauer up here in this inning, it could really get interesting. There's still one out.
He's already seen one leave tonight.
Well, we got Cam Houston. Houston's going to try to – he's going to try to close this game out. Cam Houston, I mean, I saw him pitch last year. He's only had 3 appearances on the year. And they don't really use him that often. And he's only pitched in 3 innings, and 3 1/3 innings. But he is going to be on to try to close out this game. Not a save situation, but to try to get the last 2 outs for Calvary to get out of here with a win. All right, we'll step aside while he has his warm-up tosses. Top of the 7th, Calvary leading Pacelli 12-5. We'll be back on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. My voice is cracking as we've been here for at least 5-6 hours. Oh, man. We'll be back. And we are back. Cam Houston trying to get the last 2 outs for Calvary. Merrick Miller, the batter for Pacelli. Bases are loaded. It's 12-5 the score. If you're just joining us, we did have a 2-hour rain delay. First pitch of Miller in there for a strike. And that's what you want to see from your pitcher. Good control of the fastball. Get ahead of the batter. Try to pick up these last couple of outs. Here's the 0-1 to Merrick. And that's in there, strike 2.
I think Coach Smith just went ahead and put him in there just to pound the zone. Throw some strikes, get him swinging. So far, he's been doing a good job of that with his first 2 pitches.
Cam Houston delivers. The 0-2 to Miller. And that's fouled back to the backstop. It ricochets back over to Houston. Jacob Velos on deck. Actually ran into his older brother, Justin Velos, who I called both his games yesterday for CVCC. Over there playing in right field. He also pitches. And that pitch is outside for a ball. And also, Justin Velos was a member of the Chattahoochee Monsters. I remember I called the no-hitter by Eric Moore, who plays for Columbus State. Justin Velos ended up catching the last out in that game when they were playing the Atlanta Crackers back in 2023. There's the 1-2, and that's a gapper. Try to get on it, and making the catch is the left fielder, Braxton Wilkinson, who's now in left field, and there's 2 away, and Pacelli's down to their final out.
They are at the top of the lineup, though.
Well, maybe Pacelli
could make it pretty interesting here.
Well, you know, his older brother hit a grand slam in a CVCC game. I know that he would love to have something to talk about as well. Like he would have a great opportunity here to hit a grand slam. I know that he did have a home run in the game against Calvary, didn't he? I think he did.
That one gets away from Houston there, but hits that backstop, bounces right back to Kennedy, so no damage done there.
Yeah, Velos does have a home run on the year. 17 RBIs, batting .310. You know, he is only a freshman. You know, he had an impact as an 8th grader last year. I mean, this is a young player who's got a bright future for Pacelli.
And I love that point that you've been making all night, Richard, that Pacelli is a young team still. So they've got tremendous upside. And as all of them start getting older, they're getting this chemistry together early on. In a couple years, maybe even next year, they're going to be a team to watch.
Absolutely. The 1-1 to Velos. In there, strike 2. All right, Pacelli was in the GHSA for the private schools. They haven't won a state championship since 2002. I mean, their last two coaches, Hall of Famer of the CVCC and Adam Thomas, and then before that, the legendary Bobby Howard. I mean, they've prided themselves on baseball, and there's the 1-2 and Vilos. Ground ball right to the third baseman, and the ball game is over. And the Calvary Knights take game 3 over the Pacelli Vikings. And, you know, Braxton, we're going to have to name an Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game. Man, there's a lot of game. I'm going to say Tommy Irving, but
I was thinking the same thing.
You either give it to Trip Ellis and Tommy Irving. I'll say Tommy Irving. How about that?
I think Tommy, with his plays defensively, with his performance at the plate, I think all around he did have just an incredible game, and I think that honor is very fitting for him tonight.
Well, the final score, Calvary defeats Pacelli 12-5, and they win the series 2-1, and they finish the regular season. Well, they finished so far in the region with a 15-12 record, 8-4 in the region. They still have 3 more games to go. Southern Christian on Monday, and then a home-and-home against Heritage on Friday and Saturday. So for Paxton, man, I forgot.
Holloway.
Paxton Holloway. I almost called you Paxton Wilkinson. For Paxton Holloway, I'm Richard Holder saying so long from Calvary. Once again, the Knights end up beating the Vikings 12-5, and this 6-hour marathon with us being here is come to a close. Let's go get some sleep. Have a great night, everybody. We enjoyed it, and we almost hit midnight. We're at 11:55. So we didn't quite make history, but we'll go ahead and end the broadcast. Thank you so much for staying up with us. Have a good night, everybody.